So it's not our first activity today. And I feel that every piece of work that you do it as a group, I treasure it. From the first activity, we talked about rates, the mobile plans. So on Tuesday, we did this. So every single bit of work is valuable. We will put it up. Now today we are going to start a piece of work. Okay, reminder to this as well. Some of you already did it, started doing it on the soft copy. That is nice. So we have a few things to do today. Oh yes, I also say I want to encourage you. Because we'll be talking about focusing and method. But there are times where things get hard and challenging. And it becomes hard and challenging, we may be dissuaded from doing it. Okay, there are two parts to our lesson today. But actually, it's all the same part, meaning why? Because we'll start off with the task, you'll be in your groups, and then you will decide on your own whether you're going to take the laptop to help you with the task. And we are on the ALS at the same time. ALS is an individual platform, so you log in yourself and you do yourself. But this time, I'm going to give you this task to do. You have to decide how to help yourself to answer the questions with the help of the ALS, and be reassured that you have group mates to help you along. Okay? Again, there are no definite right and wrong answers right here. I'm fine with you writing something and, well, if it's a mistake, it's fine. So keep that in mind. Okay, so today's class is on this story on our Minion friends. But the Minions are out of stock, so I didn't really manage to get Minions. And Pikachu was also out of stock. So I only managed to get a snowman. Yeah. It's a dummy. So yeah, so the key message I have for you is that no matter what challenges you face, and you may fall down sometimes while doing certain tasks and find that it's difficult, always focus on picking yourself up again and give it a try. Okay? Yeah, it is. So it's like it doesn't fall down. A gummy, it's not gummy. Okay, don't bite it, please. Okay, you'll break your teeth. Okay, so there's no Minion, there's no Pikachu, but I think Snowman is still very cute, right? Yeah, I would love it if it's all of design, but this is still very nice. Okay, anyway, so the prize for today's class is this little fella here. Okay, to encourage you. Let's go back to our activity today. So today's activity, we are all going to be master group here. And what you need to do is find out among these characters, Stuart, Kevin, Bob, and Otto, who is the one, or is there someone at all that is lying, or actually all of them are telling the truth? Okay, so you're all going to play through, and you got a team to help you. Now, so each of them are going to tell you some stories. Okay, they will tell you some stories, and you have to decipher whether it's true or not. To do that, there's some. So you're done. You need to do some investigation work, and you've done science before, right? And so we've done CR review, right? So you need to do an evidence search. Okay, as an investigator, you need to look for evidence to prove whether Stuart, Bob, Kevin, and Otto are telling the truth or not. Okay, if they are not telling the truth, you have to provide examples and evidence that they are not. Okay, and give reasons why, and explain why today I'm being right or wrong. Now, to do this, I give you further facts. Okay, this one, STB. I learned this from Sheila. Thank you very much. Say example, explain, and draw. So, just maybe the skate will be the last one actually. Why? Because you have to decide whether each Minion is telling the truth. And that's probably something you can do the last bit. After you do EED. Okay? So later on, you sit in your groups. You each have a paper. In your groups, you have a paper. You can study the Minion first. Okay? After that, you decide how you're going to approach this. Huh? What do you need to do? You need to prove whether they are right, whether they are right or not. Provide examples and enough information to prove that they make sense. Okay, there's a concept in the question. Okay, let's see whether one look at the book here is going to come. Which maths concept this worksheet are they trying to argue about? Okay, and whether you can draw any picture, are there any diagrams or tables that can help you complete your reasoning? Okay, now where can I find materials to help me prove that your investigation? Let me just see. Okay, so your task. You're going to sit in groups. And in your groups, you divide your work because there are 4 minions. Maybe this stressful to want to look at all 4 at the same time. If you have 2 friends, 2 people in your team, don't worry. Just focus on each by the time. There's enough time for you to investigate all 4. And who knows? Maybe when you investigate one of them, another one becomes obvious also. You know, maybe, huh? Okay, so on your own, after you divide your work, we discuss. Maybe you can look up the A or X that you have been doing for the past 2 weeks already. And on the A or X that you've been doing, actually a certain video or certain something actually points you to the answer. Maybe you just need to look for that. Okay? Otherwise, you can always refer to the textbook. Okay, after you complete like 1 minute, go and check with your roommates. Hey, how is it going for you? You finish already now? Hey, do you think I write like that? Okay. After you check it already, you double check the other ones. By then, your group maybe has about 2 or 3 million done. After you convert already, tomorrow you do the group presentation. Okay, that will be tomorrow. This not last time. So today we focus on the presentation. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so first, can we sit in your groups now? You need at least maybe 2 people, you need maybe about 4 tables. So if you have a big group, take about 4 or 5 tables. So that enough space for your laptop, enough space for your worksheet. Let's say you need one more table. You can't put 2 laptops on 1 table. At least 1 person must have 1 laptop table. Okay, once you're ready, send a friend up to help you take a worksheet. How many? For your groups, one or one. 1 person, 1 worksheet. 1 person, up to you. How many? How many worksheets do you need? 4. Okay, once you have the worksheet, study the worksheet first. How many? How many? 4. 4, right? You want 4? How many? 2. How many? You had a hair yesterday? Well, you look sharper than I remember. That looks nice. Hold on, hold on. One group, wait, hold on about the laptop. How many worksheets do you need? How many worksheets do you need? 3. Okay, before you get the laptop, can you study the worksheet first? Some of you are asking, how many laptops do I get? Well, hold on for a while. Later you can take the laptops, no problem. Oh, you like what? Oops, sorry, this one. Yeah, check your worksheets. They are double. it should be double side printing. If it's printing wrong, printing error, come and take another one. Okay, I have some worksheets that are not printed correctly. Okay, hold on, guys. Nicole, where's our group? Move along. You can sit beside Arya. Now, point number one, this is an individual worksheet. Later on, we are doing a group presentation. If you need an additional worksheet, I still have completed extra. Okay? Otherwise, you are comfortable sharing with just one presenting one friend's answer is also okay. Now, okay, let's take a quick look at our few friends. Okay, our first friend here says, have you written your name on the worksheet? Okay, I guess I put some clues down there as well. Then saying, is that your Chinese worksheet? Okay, hang on a minute. Write your name. Okay, let's take a look at Stuart. Stuart says, I bought some books to help you. Can we practice the R part? Jaden, Brandon. Okay, let's practice the R part. Multiply a decimal by 10, 100, or 1000 is just moving the decimal point 1, 2, or 3 places to the right. Stuart says. Okay, now I did the A part annotating for you in bolding it. If you feel like you need to do more annotations, go ahead. Okay, now dividing a number 10, 100, or 1000 is just moving the decimal point 1, 2, 3 places to the left. He said, see, easy. Stuart says so. Okay, then Kevin says. Is it Kevin? Kevin. He. Oh, I should speak in Minion like this. Right. Okay. Kevin says, well, I feel that multiplying a decimal by 10, 100, or 1000 is just moving the number digits 1, 2, or 3 places to the left. Divide the number by 10, 100, or 1000 is just moving the number digits 1, 2, 3 places to the right. See? Easy. Is he saying the same thing? Is he saying the same thing as Stuart? A bit look like same, but not the same. Okay. Then here comes Bob, King Bob. My fellow citizens. Sorry. My fellow citizens. It's possible to understand multiplication of decimals by 10, 100, or 1000 using fractions. Like this. See, you can do the same thing for all decimals. You believe me? Oh, sorry, you believe me? Okay, and the last one here, Otto says, well, that day, when we are doing the addition, subtraction of decimals, some of my friends say, hey, look at the tip. I'm going to share this tip with the primary 4 students. And they say, you know, you got to outline the place value and the decimal points. Then they say some decimal don't have enough zero. We just put in more zeros at the back. Like this. And then like this. Now let's see, he works this way. Right now. Okay. So our 4 friends here. Now, you are allowed to go ahead and decide whether you yourself need a laptop. Who's going to investigate who? You can have one person, one laptop, not an issue. One group, one laptop also can. Up to you. Entirely up to you. Okay? Then, who to investigate which character, you also decide yourself. If you're ready, I start the timer for you. Okay, you may move.
This one is wrong.
I cannot tell you. You think it's wrong? Then you write down it. Xavier found the answer.
But he's not going to share with everyone. And review the answer. Cannot, you will find out also yourself. Okay, Benjamin, is that your worksheet? Can you please pick it up? Okay, there are some clue sentences at the last page. If in case you really don't know what to do, they can refer to the clues, okay? You need a laptop? No, really? So sure? Okay. And then how about Harish? Do you check in with him? Oh, forgot to mute. Test. Test. Okay. Oh, only one enough.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys want to discuss first? Oh, discuss already. Oh, okay. Okay. You don't need the laptop? Don't need.
How many are there?
Huh?
Is there more than one?
More than one what? Hey, I cannot tell you. David asked me, is there more than 1 million lying? I don't know. I also never tell you they are lying. Maybe they're all right, eh? Maybe they're all lying also, eh? I don't know. It's your job to investigate. Are you allowed to use? Calculator. No, you don't need the calculator for this. Okay? So you shouldn't use the calculator for this. One laptop is enough? You all decided on one laptop, is it? Okay, if you need more, then just go and take. Yeah, so maybe you want to do the laptop and go on to ALS and click and find out first. Yeah, go. If you're not so sure, you can go take out some material and learn. Okay, obviously it will not happen, right? If you just sit down there and wait. You got to do something about learning it. Sensing, why are you there? Sorry?
Last time when I was in CCA, the laptop shut down, so I cannot work out then.
Okay, so yours looks okay? You can go work with Jane. I help him with this. Are you okay? Yes. Yes. Why? What to write? See some examples here. What to write? See here. Show some examples. Okay. Show some examples of how it's solved. For example, there are some questions here. You can use these questions. How about the number these? I said no using calculator, right? What platform should you be on? Yes. So if you're not so sure what to write, you need to find out what to write, right? So you need to go on to Either your textbook or your SLS, the ALS to find out. Now, some of you are, very good. Some of you know exactly where to find your materials to help you. Now, if you are a bit lost, I don't know what to write, it is normal. So your job is to find out how I can help myself to find out what to write. So your table by now should not be empty. You should have decided on a material to help you. Either your ALS or your textbook. Remember, you can use drawings to help you as well. What's he supposed to do? This person. Do you know what to write? Okay, but where's your evidence? Can you write down some examples? There are some questions here. Okay. Yeah, but maybe is this conversion of units going to help you with this worksheet? No. So which one? Perhaps you need to choose a different one. Exit this one? No. Exit the course. So, some of you, when you realize that you clicked, and then it is at a platform that doesn't help you, then maybe you need to look for the right one that can help you. If it's about measurements, then does measurement help you with this worksheet? Yeah. Are you going to choose conversion of measurements? Or you can't? Oh. How about concept is the current level? View all topics. Let's view all topics, and maybe let's zoom into which one can you do. Okay, let me help you with this. Let me show it to everyone. Okay, guys, let me show you a trick that can help you. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick here. Let me stop share here. Now, can you see here? I'm going to put this here. Okay, now I want you to have a bit more control of what you are learning and not just be entirely guided by the system. So if you see here, okay, when I click on Brandon's one, and Brandon's one shows the platform decimals. Hi, are you looking? Some of you already know this, that's why you know how to find your materials. Some of you don't yet. So if you are saying that I'm lost, I don't know where to find my things or help you. So what happened to Brandon was that he clicked on decimals, but what prompted him to do was conversion of measurements with decimals and word problems. Previously, we agreed that, hey, actually working with the word problems wasn't very helpful. Most of us fumbled at it. We kind of need to learn the operations first before we can do word problems. Understand? So we got to learn the operations first before we can deal with the word problem. So instead of going with this, I suggest I'm going to click on X here. And then view all topics here at the top right-hand corner. I click view all topics. And then I can see all the topics that are available here. Now, to answer today's worksheet, which one do you think you will want to access? Yes. So you will want to try out either multiplication or division of decimals. and then you go and access it and find the material. Is that okay? That's for ALS. Okay, come Brandon. Okay, you can resume. Now, for those of us who feel I'm still clueless, I don't know what to write, then you really need to check out the videos and the learning topic on the ALS, as well as how your textbook present you the answers to the ways to solve the question. Take out your textbook. And there are some clues that I wrote down here. Maybe start by answering some questions. So I put down some questions for here for you to try out. Maybe you can do a question to help you with the explanation. Is that okay? Do a question. You can try out the question here. Okay? Oops. What do you need for action tape? We have not started writing. Okay. To get into action, there's 7.5 minutes. Maybe you try out, work out some questions first. Okay, try explaining to me. Would you try explaining to me? Okay, for example, you want to talk about this person first?
Good.
Could you give an example? Let's take this one for example. 0.05 times 10. Can you do it here? Yeah, okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. Okay, right. Yep. Okay, does it work for every question? Can you write down another question? Okay, what do you think is the answer for this?
0.5.
Write down. Don't question yourself like you are not sure. Give yourself a time to confidence to do it first. Now, you try another one. Give yourself a number. How about this one? 8.1. 8.1 times, or you write down 0.05 times 100. What do you think that gives? You're not writing a thing either. She says she doesn't know how to explain. Do you know how to explain? There are some tips here of how to explain. How about the next one? 0.05 times 1000 then. Okay, what do you think happened to the decimal point? Maybe you can write to another example. Let's use 8.1 times 10.
use the C instead of the play.
Of course. That's why I put it here. And try 8.1 times 100. Carry on, carry on. Okay. But moving numbers along what? Moving up and down. Where do you think the digits are moving? If it's right or left, what is it? Is it on the place value map? Are you referring to the place value map? You want to write down the place value map? That's what you're meaning, right? Okay. That's cool. Can you give another example after that? Yeah. Now, how do you get from this here, Arya? How do you get from here to here? That's something you did in the working? Is it the cross translation?
There's 3 zeros and move the decimal.
But this is by fraction. It's not showing you the movement of the decimal point. So how do you work out this fraction multiplication? You learned that in semester 1, right? So what are the steps to the multiplication for this one? Good. Vincent is very nice. How? So is it by cross cancellation? So you cancel zeros here, cancel zeros here, and it's like 4 times 1. Yep, that's right. Oh, okay. You say he's telling the truth. Which example do you see that he was telling the truth? Is it this one? Then maybe you don't look for copy this here, then you're done. Yeah, why not? Yeah, all you need to do is copy this in here, and then ta-da, you got it. Right? Yeah, that's the clue that I gave you here for division. Remember? Okay. So yeah, you found the right page. Just put it in here. Come, you got it. Do it. Now, some of you didn't look at the clues. When you actually got it there, you're quite close there. You didn't find out the clues. Hey, yeah. What's wrong? In my pink color pencil case. My pink color pencil case. Are you okay? Do you need another paper? What do you need? Let's just read this example here. Got it? Yeah. This is really nice. This is very good. Very nice. So, Fan, have you thought of what to write already? What is this arrow supposed to symbolize? The decimal point, right now? Yeah, correct. It's moving right, right? You're showing right. So 3 places of the decimal point moving right. That's right. How is it going for you? You're not too sure what to write? Just now she had the clue. Maybe let's take a look at what the video is saying. Which part does it show the decimal point? There's a multiply by 1000, right? Pause the video where you see the movement of the decimal point. Here, right? Okay. There's some more. You see that? Do you see the arrow? Okay. Move on some more. Now got to press play. Okay. You see that? You see that? Right? Pause here. I could just copy the example here. And this proves that Stuart is. Yeah? Yeah? You know what to copy now? Yeah, write down. How about you? Okay. But how do you get this? But this is a fraction, see? Yeah, it's good that you find it tiring. That means your brain is working hard. It's okay. Keep the example. Keep the example. Keep the example. The time is up. Okay, very good. Keep the example. I'll tell you how to add on to that. Okay, we'll take a pause here so that and get some of our friends to share their answers so that if, like, let's say someone is stuck and not too sure what to write, they can take a look at what they have written in their worksheet. Okay, for example, okay, come. Can I take a look at yours? Nice, okay. Can I take a look at yours? What do you have? Okay, what about multiplication? You wrote about addition, subtraction. What about multiplication? Okay. Okay. If you like to have some help, can you look up now, please? Clovis, can I have you look up as well? Okay, let's take a look at some of our friends' example. I'm not saying that they are right or wrong, but there are some examples of how they present their thinking. Arya? For example, I show you first, Fauza. She discovered her solution through the textbook, okay? And that's how she's going to present here. Can you see? Okay, here she says she feels that Stuart is telling the truth because look, I have 0.3, that's 3 number digits, 0.1 times 10, and I got 3 ones here. That's how it happened. Okay, so she proves that Stuart is right by drawing an example. That's very good. Now, next, Nisha. She chose to do the SEED. Okay, and here's some example. Adam, are you looking? She showed the example of using 1, 2, and 3 different decimals, and you have times 10, times 100, and times 1000. And she shows how to move the decimal point and get the answer. Now, even though here says plus the 0, is it correct to say plus 0? No. Not quite, but I think she literally means you put the 0 behind. Okay? That doesn't really quite mean that Stuart is right, but it shows that, hey, he is right in saying that you're moving decimal point. Okay, let's look at another example. Benzing here. Are you looking? Benzing showed about Kevin. Okay? Benzing showed, Arya, can I have your worksheet as well? So Benzing showed about Kevin. He showed this example of 0.001 times 100 to give you 0.1. Okay, thank you. And then he says here, he feels that Kevin is true because actually it's very similar to moving the decimal point, but it's moving the number to the left. So it shows example using the place value method. Like C, 0.001, you're actually moving the digit 1 point to the 10th place. Why? Because that's times 100. So he drew the place value method here and explains that he feels that Kevin is true. Do you think he sounds logical? Like, does it make sense? Okay. And then Arya here, he tried out Bob. Okay, King Bob. He shows you King Bob's using the exact same example. 34 out of 1,000. So 34 thousandths. That's 0.034 multiplied by 1,000. And it shows you that, look, I learned fractions multiplication in semester 1. I can just cancel out the zeros and see I've got 34 times 1. And then that's correct. So Bob is not lying. Now, I'm going to ask Arya, can you prove that this works for other kinds of questions? How about try the one here? Can I do the same for 0.05 times 10? Can I do the same for, let's say, 8.1 times 100? Okay, I'm talking about the multiplication of decimals. Can I try 0.034 times 100? Try a few other examples and see whether it still works. Is that okay? Now, everybody, do you know roughly how to go about this now? Okay, if you're really clueless, say not so sure what to write, see I have some examples here. Clues here. You can choose with working out a question. Choose the place value met like what Beng Zeng do, or the number this like what Fauza did, or write it in words which some of you may prefer. Okay, now it's 10:30 now. How much time do you need more? 10 minutes? Okay, 10 minutes. Good. Now, at any point of time you are not so sure, how to do, don't be afraid to raise your hand to ask the teacher to come over to help you. You've got 3 teachers here. Okay, and also I sit you in groups. So I'm okay with you discussing with your friend, copying your friend's answer, copying the textbook answer is fine. Okay, it's about learning here. So if you are stuck, raise your hand and ask. Hey, Miss Lim, come and help me. I need help. Okay, is that okay? Come, Isha and your paper, Beng Zeng, Arya, Fauza, here you go. Nice work. So, what do you realize what Beng Zeng said? Come, let's take a look at this. Yeah. Now, earlier on, okay, let's take a look at this one. This one, right? For example, this one, right? Now, the answer was, says move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And you get the answer, this one will be 1260, right? Now, if I were to present this, let's say I use Beng Zeng idea of the 1000 of the place value net. Okay, like this one, this example, 9.37. Okay, what do you think when I multiply to 100? What's the answer?
900.
Yeah, right now. Where's 900? Okay, do you realize that this whole set of numbers actually moved here? Why? Because you are multiplied by 100, right?
Yeah.
So actually, it's the same thing as to say the decimal point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, is he lying?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Yep. Yes.
This one you came out with it
Yes.
for this class only lah. The rest
Yes.
of the class don't have.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you want to know where they are.
Yes. And also the same time that they can manage their learning.
Are you
So-
able to access each of your individual?
Yes.
You can see where they are.
No.
No, cannot, right?
Cannot.
That's
Yeah.
why you need this, right?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe if they can make this into here, it'll be nice. So they themselves also can see.
Unless you go to individual, you don't have their account.
Yeah. Then at the same time, when they actually log in, right? Like for example, just now I was saying, most of them actually when they do word problems, they click they suggest them to do word problems. Actually, it's quite challenging for most of them. And then you need to know the operations first. So when the system continue to prompt them to do word problems, it doesn't really help. So they have to click the here and then like I tell them to direct them, which I prefer them, yes, to go to that particular learning objective.
You can get them to take the guided or the standard when they go to, let's say, the
Then that one is up to them.
to them.
Yeah.
Can I go and check on the
Hey, for just a few minutes left. What's your completion rate for your work first. I see. Your work is far from completion. Your photo give me, I feel for you. Yeah, you go get, I feel for you. I feel for you. Close. Close first. I don't want you out of the class. Okay, see, you got. Okay, how about this too? It's barely complete. This is only 1/4 done. Don't try. Yeah, you don't get it. Yeah. Then after that, I said right just now at a good point, you need to not copy. You need to check in with each other. If you think he's right, okay, copy it. Fine. But even after the copy is done, you need to be able to explain what he copied. Okay, cannot copy brainlessly. You need to be able to understand that. Then, does your team need help? It's barely completed his task. Yeah, then you need to get some discussion going. Yes, but this is yes for what? This one you wrote here. Add, subtract, yes. Can also work for multiplication? Really? You sure? Why you cancel this? Can you use it the same way? There must be a reason why you cancel it. You can say it because, yeah, so it shows that something must not, or something is probably wrong, right? Not. So does it work the same way? Actually, you got the answer already. You cancel it because you know that, hey, like something wrong, right? I don't know how to work this out. And means this fella, is he telling you a correct statement? Ah, Jayan, you got that already. You just need to take one step ahead to think a bit further. There must be a reason why you canceled this, right? Not? Why you erase just now? Your examples are correct. Right? So just now you use which one question do you use? Okay, let's say this one. Okay, let's say I pick right now. The question here says 10, 100 or 1000. Then I just zoom in to the decimals one. Here, multiplication of decimals, this one, right? Okay, click here. Okay, then I want division. Okay. Let's go. You want to see multiply by whole number, and after that, which is already completed. Okay, and it shows you using the number this year, right? All right, so if I use just now the example, this whole number. Okay. Let's try. Pick the one that I can get you there. Okay, here this is the one. Okay, now doesn't this look like what is written here? 10, 100, 1000. Yes. So you have this is whole number. You already did this before, right? Yes. So what you need to do is go on to the next one that finds this whole number. Okay, find the next one that shows. Okay. Do you know how to answer this one? You already did this before? Okay. You show me the answer. Okay, submit. Okay, good. Okay, can you notice what this is happening? Can you see? Okay. 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 Try this out, sir. Yes. Okay. Can you notice this? Can you notice this? See this? What do you think this is moving? Now, let's try this. Yes, very good. Let's say, I use the example. This example here, 0.05. 0.05 times 10, 0.05 times 100, and 0.05 times 1000. You see? Can you work out the answer? Using the same method. What is the answer for this one? Okay. How can you show the movement? Can you draw the arrow like this one? Okay, but it's the decimal point moving, right? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yep, correct. And what about this one? What's the answer? Okay. Shall you show how the movement? The decimal point. Okay. And then this one. Okay. Okay. See, something you can do. Just be a bit more confident with how you do it. And then you still got one more. So if it's me, I'll go from this decimal point, 1, 2, and then 3. I got 50. Okay. Now, be confident you got the answers already. You just need to be able to write it down and get some examples out. Okay, class, the bell has gone and the time is up. Can I ask you to log out the computers? We will continue with the group discussion tomorrow. Okay. Oh, by the way, do you know that you can access the ALS and SLS from home?
Yeah.
Yes, right? So can you go bring this back? You can take a look at it from home again. And then tomorrow we have our discussion. Is that okay? Now, can you please help to put the laptops now? Oh, thank you. Now, like I said, you can actually bring home to continue. If you like me to take a look at it, I can also collect it back. Okay, come. Anybody want to hand in the worksheet? Oh, can you help me to fill in Nicole's one as well? Sorry? Nicole? Okay, later I'll talk to her.